Hi guys, so today is my cross country practice day with Lulu and Hamlet. So I've actually already ridden Hamlet before this and Mum's already been doing some small jumps on Lulu. So you may notice I don't do a whole heap. So what we'd already done is go around and jump all the tiny little jumps with Lulu, and I was just coming along and just starting to tackle her more at a bolder pace and also tackling a few of the bigger jumps. She was super. So she's a bit nappy about going away from her mates, so we led her over every single jump with Hamlet being the lead horse, and then she would go around and jump it again on her own, and she was really starting to build up her confidence, which we were like super happy about. Plus, it was Mum's first ever time out jumping in such a long time, and she took such good care of Mum, which is amazing. So I'm about to come around and tackle a bigger jump, which is 80 centimeters. She hasn't seen this jump before either, so I was pretty proud of how she came along. She does tend to back off a bit at the first time she sees jumps, but she still really tries to give her heart out. This is also at 80 centimeters. She was starting to be a bit nappy, but surprisingly, she still just pops over them. But I was really happy with her. Definitely still a work in progress with being confident going on her own, but she really likes to try. So this is the elephant trap. So our mindset was to get her bowling along over a jump she's already jumped, then come around and present her to the elephant trap. So this one she's pretty happy with. Let her bowl along. And coming around here, this one is also a slightly on the bigger side. She hadn't jumped it yet, and it was just a little bit too big for Hamlet to be a lead horse over. So Mum is just riding Hamlet at the moment filming. So we waited till later for me to tackle it. She's so funny. She was like, okay, I'll reattempt. You have to bear in mind my riding. I was not having a good day. I was just very tired. Like I said, it was my second horse. And I just didn't eat enough. And I was just really struggling, which is why we decided to cut it short, even though she'd done a bit, so we stopped anyway. But look at this. She just punted. There was just such a lovely jump. She is super when she really wants to. So this jump here was my favorite jump. Oh my God, I loved this jump on her. Mum had already jumped this on her, which I thought Mum was brave jumping this because Hamlet did not want to jump it. Hamlet was not having a good day today. And she just pinged over it. Look at her. When she bowls along, she jumps so lovely. The next jump is a chicana. So Mum waited for me to do this. She was really funny. So we put Hamlet on the other side because she is way more willing to jump the jump if Hamlet is on the other side. But we made the mistake of putting Hamlet on the side, and she's just watching him, and she's just not so committed. And like I said, I was riding late shit. I was not ready for trouble. If she wanted to stop, I would have been out the front door.
Cuddle.
I was getting quite tired by the end of this, but we're just trying to let her come along and see if she'll pop it. She didn't end up jumping it amazingly, but I guess she's just looking down to have a look, which is totally fair. She's a babe, she's still learning. So she has a look, but she still tries. So what more do we want? And then I came along and tackled the water jump. And this is when I realized I was really starting to get a bit tired and I kind of just need to stop. So I came around here and I was so focused on trying to get momentum, I wasn't riding her straight. So I was like, okay, I'll let her have a look and then I will come around and do it again. And you will see in a second why I was kind of like, okay, I'm ready to stop because I am getting very tired and I'm just not riding like I want to. I need to really go work on my fitness. So she backs off a little and I was just not in the right position to help her out. So as you can see, I'm not behind the saddle. I lean forward too early and then I get out jumped. So I'm getting better at releasing the reins, but I was like, nah, she's just going to lose confidence if I keep doing this. So I came around and just jumped a couple of little more jumps just to make sure we ended on a good note. So that was a really nice little jump. And then this was my last jump on Lulu. I was super happy with her. So this is what we used to do. So I would jump Hamlet and be the lead horse, which I was recording at the start, but I was like, nah, this isn't working. And then Mum would come along and jump Lulu. That was her first cross-country jump. So Mum and Lulu did super. And then this was beforehand with Hamlet. As you can see, Hamlet is bowling along. He was doing so well. And then he just suddenly switched. I think I decided to switch saddles because I thought he was liking this saddle more. But in reality, when I hopped off him, I was like, oh, okay, nah, he did not like that saddle. And you can see here, he really backs off, and I was just not having a good day. Like, I was just not really hanging on that well with Hamlet. So what we actually ended up doing is I came around, I jumped a little jump, and then I went round into the practice ring and did one more jump until he jumped it properly, and then I just left it be. But yeah, that was my cross-country session. I was super happy with Lulu, and I feel like it was a very big win. Obviously, I need to work on my fitness, so don't be mean in the comments. But that's the reality of what it is when you're learning, and thanks for watching. Bye!